Hello, we are back with another Sunday Sessions with me, Sam Shiner, and this is for Northern Exposure. And I'm really happy to be joined today by Grace from Venus Girls. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just resting, hibernating. Yeah, winter now. So
they're a five-piece punk rock girl band from Leeds. But do you want to tell us a little bit about your backgrounds, like how you all kind of met and got together?
So we met in, I want to say 2018. We went to Leeds College of Music, it was called at the time. So we met at university. We were all on different courses, and it was Grace, the lead singer. We call her GK to make it a bit easier. She was looking to put a band together, and she did a call out, but me and GK lived together at the time. So I was kind of just on board since day one. Even when we were talking about bands the year prior, we kind of knew we'd be in a band together one day, but just hadn't really done anything at that point. We'd done little bits of collaboration, just us two, but that was about it. But yeah, so she put a call out online. I think Gabby came forward, messaged Grace on Instagram or something like that. Jess was recommended by someone, and Jess was on board, our guitarist. And then Hannah was actually scouted by us. GK had seen her play with another band and approached him, was just like, you need to be in my band as well. Like, we need to like get together. And originally Hannah turned the offer down. Eventually she agreed to come to a rehearsal and then hasn't looked back since. It's such a little funny story that we like talk about because Hannah's just like, I can't believe it, but I guess it was just meant to happen that way.
Come back on a little UK tour. I think it's 5 dates did you do?
So we played Bristol, Birmingham, Leeds, Brighton, Newcastle and Manchester, so 7. We did do 2 warm-up shows prior in London and Birmingham as well, so we did about a run of 9, I guess, altogether.
And that was all in quite a short space of time as well, wasn't it? Start of this month.
Yeah, we got on the road end of October, I think it was like the 28th, and then we were finished by the 12th of November, I want to say. Period of 2 to 3 weeks we were on it after not doing any at all, really. So it was quite intense, but it was great.
So was that the first time you'd done like a live show for a little while?
It was the first tour since the lockdown. However, we had done a couple of odd shows. We supported Black Honey in the September. That was our first show back. And then we played Twisterella, and I think that might have been it. But yeah, so Potions came out on November 5th, yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is your second EP, am I correct? How did Potions compare to your first release?
So our first release, it actually came out in lockdown. It was like 2 weeks in, and we had like a tour planned. It was obviously our debut EP. It was a funny one because obviously the time was so unpredictable. Like, we were obviously meant to like promote it on tour, and that didn't happen. And especially the type of band we are, that's a big part for us, is gigging to get ourselves out there. I don't think any of us good at TikTok and social media, I'd say. And it was a funny release. And so this one, Potions, was different because it was the first time that we kind of wrote an EP when we're all across different parts of England. We did it through demos on GarageBand, kind of like back and forth, and then when we could meet up last year we would and try to get it down in the studio. A lot of it did shape and change when we were at the studio because we started going to Sugar House, so that was a big change.
I've seen like the type of people that he's worked with, and he seems like compassionate and really great producer. So when I was reading about you earlier, I saw that you produced the EP with him.
It brought something different because we'd done it very DIY prior to going to Sugar House. Like, we were kind of in university studios and doing it in people's bedrooms and our living room. And then it was like a longer process. This was a game changer because we just went to the studio over the period of like 2 days and got it done. As well, we'd play the song to them and they would just be like, nah, scrap that. Like, that sounds like dad rock, get rid of that. And like, they were very like brutally honest, but I think you need that, especially like in the genre that we're in. Yeah, that's what was different, I would say, about Potions compared to our first one, Wicked Things.
Oh, but it's really good. Go and check out Venus Girls' brand new EP, which is released on the 5th of November. Bonfire Night, banging EP. Just so refreshing to see so many like talented girl bands coming through now, and like with you guys and bands like Grrrls, just absolutely smashing it, and get like this cult following of like so many people. They'll be your like fans forever. You've been really busy the last couple of months of touring and recording and everything else, so you can have a little break.
I'm going to go on a foraging retreat with my best friend over the winter solstice. That is my big plan for the month.
I love that.
We're going off into the moors and just having like a weekend.
Headspace, isn't it? Just to get away and just break away from it for a bit.
Well, the winter solstice has always been like a big one in my family household because it's actually my parents' anniversary as well. So it's just a good time to sort of reflect on the year and like get prepared for the year coming, because the light's returning. So yeah, I really look forward to just gathering as well with friends and family and having a bit of a break. We're supporting the Pale White
in a couple of weeks, in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, so December 12th.
Final gig of this year, though, and then you can chill out and enjoy Christmas.
Yeah, well, I'll be in Leeds for the weekend. We've got a couple other things that we're doing that will be coming out soon as well. So it'll be nice to just see them as well before the Christmas period. And then our plans to have a rest and then go in the studio in January.
Oh, okay, so go straight back in.
Yeah, late January.
We'll
go back in the studio.
Are there any other bands that you really like and enjoy?
So I'm into like my community music and arts and things like that. So a lot of the local bands in my hometown that are excellent and really good friends are Leopard Rays. There's a band called the Marines, Ocean Floor, and Marketplace. I know Marketplace has just played Leeds and Manchester recently, and they're just so funny, like incredible musicians, and they're all from Hartlepool as well. So definitely go check out all those bands. Yeah, they're great. So we were on this feeling bands to watch this year, earlier in the year.
Yeah, that's it.
And then played a gig first sort of started in Leeds. I think that's the only 2 times we've worked with them so far anyway.
We'll have to get them on to put you on the festivals for next year. That would be good.
Oh yeah, we'd love to partnership and collaborate more and things, and just they're a great little organisation helping local bands and independent bands. So
yeah, definitely. So you've just had a really busy couple of months of tour. Did you have a favourite date, like a favourite venue?
I know the other girls were saying they loved Manchester, because we were really scared for Manchester because we didn't know what the turnout was going to be like in the night, and it was the last day on the tour, but it was just excellent, like really good turnout, like everyone was really lovely, got chatting to like a bunch of people at the end. It was really wholesome. But yeah, on a personal level, I love playing in Brighton because we played Mutations Festival, and it was just like a really nice slot, and the 2 bands, Feet and Lowhummer, were on either side of us. And they were so nice. We got chatting to them for ages afterwards. Brighton's always so nice because we make sure to have like a day out when we're there. And we go out and like have a Venus day out and go like vintage shopping and go on the pier and walking around the sea.
Brighton's so good for shops like that as well. I love that, a Venus day out.
It's just dangerous.
Girls wandering around Brighton. They've got so many amazing little boutique shops and stuff like that, haven't they? Yeah. Brighton's so cool.
Growing up, I came across the shop Waste Vintage online. That was like my first ever sort of like shop that I would shop on, like going into like my vintage and alternative fashion. And they have a shop in Brighton, so every time I'm there, I'm like, I need to go to Waste and see what's what. And it's a really nice little independent shop.
It's a good thing about being a band as well. You get to go to all these different places and.
It is fleeting sometimes, but it's really nice when you do have like a day's rest somewhere or like a few hours to like look about. Love Scotland so much, so I'm very excited. In February we're playing Scotland, and I'm hoping to have a few walks around like Edinburgh, Glasgow, and I've never been to Aberdeen, so I'm hoping to have a bit of a walk around Aberdeen.
I think Edinburgh is more for the cultural side. I think Glasgow is a bit like a rough little diamond, isn't it? I
feel like Glasgow is like Newcastle and Edinburgh in one. I don't know if it's called the Northern Quarter or something. It was very like arty. I think the unis are there in the parks, and I met the friendliest squirrel ever. Like it was literally like climbing on people, and it was just like ridiculous. This squirrel, I was like, that's my like, I don't know why, that's like a really big memory of Glasgow for me.
That's the friendliest squirrel in Glasgow. Go onto these people's shoulders if they're eating. They'll give me a bit of their food.
it was a big squirrel, so I think it must be getting about the neighbourhood. Like,
are you able to give like comparisons to like some of your influences to your music?
I'd say we're alternative rock. I wouldn't say we sound very Riot Girl anymore. That we're definitely like the ideologies are still there and like why we came together as a band. But yeah, we're very alternative rock, and we always say we've got a bit of like a sonic signature because of the synth element to it. But one of our big influences are the band Garbage, we'd say. We like Wolf Alice, but I'm not necessarily sure that we sound sonically similar.
Grace, or GK, your singer, listen to her singing. It sounds like she's got this like classical tone to her voice as well.
Oh, so she's from the pop realm, so her big influences are like Christine Aguilera and like Viola Lewis. Yeah, like the big vocals of like the 2000s.
But I could hear there's just some little notes that I can hear that she Hannah from like London Grammar. Great voice, isn't she?
Yeah, it's incredible. She got Steamer, and we've been doing warm-ups together in the car as well, so that's actually a nice thing to do together, because I don't really sing in the band. Like sometimes I like do backing, but when we're in the car together we'll get like the the warm-ups on like the aux cable, and I just like sit and join in because I just enjoy it, and I'm like, hopefully I get better at singing if I do this.
I'm sure that 2022 is going to be a big year. Have you got any festivals planned or anything like that?
Yes, I'm Kendall Calling, that's been announced. There is a few other festivals, but they haven't been announced yet as far as I know. So
we're not allowed to say anything.
So just keep an eye on socials when the announcements come, yeah.
Got quite a really good lineup actually. And I've seen like some of the upcoming bands. There's just loads and loads of upcoming bands on there.
Yeah, there's so many bands that I want to check out there. But yeah, Kendall Callin's definitely been on like our radar to play. Like we've always been like, yeah, we would really enjoy playing Kendall, because the Lake District is beautiful, so very excited for that.
my love of like just walking became a massive thing like just during lockdown last year. But I love going to like national parks and woods and anywhere where there's water, whether it's a river or a canal or anything like that, a sea.
I think, did you post photos on Twitter during lockdown of all you walking? I used to see them.
I did, like during July I did every morning. I walked for like 3 hours every morning.
Yeah, that's a good walk. Yeah, me and my granddad, he's 82, I want to say, but he's a big rambler, especially now I've had a bit more time. We go on like 5-mile walks. He walks miles every day.
Wow, it's been lovely to meet you, Grace. I'm sure at some point I'll definitely see you at Kendall Calling, if not before. Is there anything I should like to promote or to say?
Just thanks for having us. I know it's just me. There is 4 of us in the band, but sadly they're all working. Check out Portions if you want to listen to some new music. We're playing with the Pale White at Key Club in Leeds on December 12th. In the new year, if you're in Scotland, we're playing Scotland and Kendall Calling, and we'll be announcing more dates. So just check us out under Venus Girls Online. But girls is spelled G, 3 R's, LS. Thanks as well just for asking us to be on it. It's really nice to just get back doing it again, like interviews and things.
Oh no, it's really nice to speak to you, and we will as soon as this is out. I think it's going to be 6 p.m. as you're watching now. It's probably 6:20 p.m. but it's going to be out at 6 p.m. on Sunday. But thank you so much, and all the best, and enjoy your rambling and your foraging at Christmas, and hope you have a lovely Christmas with your family.
Thank you, you too. Well, I don't know if you'll forage, but hope you have a nice Christmas.
Take care, lovely.